All right, you guys ready for an urgent real-time Bitcoin forecast? This is where we are. If you look only at this part, if you look only here, we've got a head and shoulders, but we don't because this is not a legit head and shoulders. Let me show you. This here is not the right harmonic for a head and shoulders. If you ever see a head and shoulders that looks like this, it never dumps, ever. Just look across historically, just scroll back in the charts to the left, and you'll see what I mean. Now, what ends up happening in this case is that when you have a head and shoulders that does not dump, then we end up going the other way, like this. We end up doing something like that, but we're not doing that. You see what's happening here? This thing is just kind of squiggly, doing that here. Because we're squiggling, this is the best way to explain this to you. Look, we had a perfect trend line here, here, and here. So these guys, this is strong. We tried to break out here, but of course that's the first touch, so it has to be strong. Second attempt at the trend line was weak. There wasn't much force to try and break through. Third one is even weaker. It's like, oh, wait, we've been here long enough to where, wait, we touched the same trend line again? Oh, well, I guess we hit it again. What you want to see something like, hody ho ho, there's a trend line up there, hody ho ho, bam! And then hody 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 hody. Oh, wait, there's a trend line, bam! Hody 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 hody, bam! That's what you want to see. You want to see really strong pump, volume, and speed against the trend line, and you're not getting that here. Instead, what you have is really strong, fast speed going down, away from the trend line, down, away from the trend line. And here we just barely, we happen to touch the trend line again, but just because of the fact that we just never dumped yet. Everyone's just too scared. So what that means is that while this cannot dump from here, this, a triangle, can dump from here. But isn't that the same thing? Isn't that still an inverse head and shoulders? And then maybe just a little bit of a last minute bounce and then a dip? No. Don't misunderstand that, because if this was an inverse head and shoulders, what would have happened? Well, you wouldn't end up with a triangle. If this was a head and shoulders, you would never end up with a triangle. Oh, jeez, where's this? Okay. Let's go here and here. Oops. Look. You wouldn't have had this triangle. So basically what ends up happening is the head and shoulders that you're seeing underneath the red and with this neckline here is not a head and shoulders, and it morphed into a perfect triangle, is what I'm trying to tell you. Triangles now can dump with or without a shoulder. Triangles can look like anything. Triangles can look like this. Triangles can look like this. Triangles can look like literally like anything. Triangles can just look like this, and then eventually, after it runs out of steam and there's no buyers, doof is what ends up happening. And this, so if you get a perfect triangle like this, the internal guts don't matter. What's in here doesn't matter at all. But if it's not a triangle, if it's a head and shoulders, then the internal guts matter. And these guts aren't bearish, but these guts are bearish. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is, unfortunately, malheureusement, oof, man, this is ugly. We're looking at. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what the target is. I was going to tell you what the target is, but I was going to tell you, but yeah, if you want the target, just join bitcoin-signals.org. There's got to be some advantage to members. And what else do I want to tell you? Oh, and with bitcoins-signals.org membership, we tell you what kind of leverage to use so you can get the most profit out of this. Meaning, if we get this wrong, and let's say you short right now with 3x, and then it happens to go all the way up here, um, let's say it goes up here and drops from here, you could have used 10x, or if it was up here, you could have used 20x. You see, so you can make a ton of money if you just get the last top level right, precisely right. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you want to make a shit ton of money by using really high leverage and a perfect and precise entry on your short, then just join bitcoin-signals.org. It's premium data. I guess that's how I will explain it. Anyway, either way, even if you just sell and buy, or even if you just do a 2x or 3x short now, you should be safe. You'll get richer than you are now. But if you want to get disgustingly richer than you are now, you're going to need to use 8x, 10x, 20x, 30x leverage. You can make 10 times as much money on this one little dip. However high it goes, will give you the precise highest leverage dip formula for members only at bitcoin-signals.org.